Hi, I'm Barry Bricky with the Kingsport Fire Department. It's October and it's Fire Prevention Month. We're going to talk a little bit more about that coming up. Yeah, it's Fire Prevention Month here in Kingsport, and we're excited about that. You know, it's been 2.5 years since we've had a fire death here in Kingsport, and we really like to go to 3 and maybe even more because fire can really be a big problem, and it is here in Kingsport and all across the United States. Matter of fact, fire kills about 3,000 people every year in the United States and actually injures 60 to 70,000. So we need to be really careful when we have fire or when we're using something that creates heat in your home. Now, some of the ways that you can have a fire in your home, the biggest cause is, of course, cooking. Make sure that if you're cooking, to stay close to it, and if you're distracted, turn the eyes down and even take it off of the stove to make sure that it doesn't burn. Now, one of the leading causes of fire death in the United States is from smoking and smoking materials. Every year here in Kingsport, we have lots of fires that are caused by smoking materials. Matter of fact, this past year, we've even had about 3 fires that are caused by children who were playing with matches or lighters. So those are things that you need to keep up high up top of a cabinet or inside a cabinet, locked away to where those little hands can't touch them. Let's talk a little bit about burns. Now, if you get a burn from a fire or a stove or anything that's hot, make sure you cool the burn. Go as quickly as you can over to a sink, running cool water across the burn. That way you can take the heat out of it, because the surface heat will quickly dissipate, but the internal heat there in your epidermis will stay for just a little while, causing more damage. So you need to cool it off as fast as possible. The theme this year for Fire Prevention Month is Stay Fire Smart, Don't Get Burned. Now, to stay fire smart, you need to know exactly what you need to do to prevent fires and to also do the things you need to do if there is a fire. Now, one of the big things that you can do is get together with your family, look around your home and make sure there's not anything that could cause a fire. Maybe it's a crimped up electrical cord, an overloaded socket there in the wall, or something like that, or even a fireplace that doesn't have a screen in front of it. That way, you know, sparks may come out. You need to check all those things and make sure they're safe. Also, if you do get burned, we talked about that just a little while ago, to make sure that you take care of that burn properly. Now, some of the other things you can do around your house is to make an escape plan. Every family should have an escape plan. Now, what you can do is you can take a piece of paper, get your family together there at the table, and kind of draw out the floor plan of your house. Find at least 2 ways out of every single room in your home, and then pick a meeting place outside. Maybe it's a tree in the yard, maybe it's the mailbox, but find a place where you can meet if you do have an emergency. Now, one of the other things that you need to do is to make sure that you have proper protection in your home, like smoke alarms. Everybody should have at least one on each level. But the Kingsport Fire Department, we like to tell everybody to have them in every single bedroom, outside of their bedrooms, in their living areas, and in their stairwells. That way, they can be better protected. A smoke alarm only gives you a 50% better chance of getting out of your home alive, so you need to make sure that they're working. Now, there's 2 different types of smoke alarms. There's ionization and there's photoelectric. Both of those do a great job of checking for smoke in the air, but they do it 2 different ways. An ionization one picks up the difference in the charged particles in the air, and it picks up fast burning fires quicker. A photoelectric picks up the smoke in the air by shining out a beam of light, and when that's dissipated coming through the detector, that's when the detector is set off, and it will actually pick up a slow smoldering fire quicker. The best protection you can have is to have both of those inside your home. And in my house, I have a 3-bedroom home, and I've got 7 smoke alarms in my house of both types. That way my family is fully protected. Now, to even have more protection, you can install a home sprinkler system. Now, what a home sprinkler system is just like having a firefighter on duty 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. Now, it's not like the movies. When those sprinklers go off on the movies, all of them go off, and that's not the truth. When they go off, usually only 1 or 2 will be set off, and they will put the fire out within 20 to 35 seconds from the time they go off. And how they work is this. If you were to have a fire in your home, the heat would rise in the room. And actually, usually it'll get up to about 165 or more from about 6 feet up to the top of the ceiling in just about 35 to 40 seconds. That's when you'll have your sprinkler system engage. Most sprinkler systems are set to go off at 165, but some go all the way up to 210, maybe even 250 degrees, depending on the application. But ones for your home are usually set around 165 or 175. It doesn't take very long for the temperatures in your house to rise that high. And like I said, it's only about 30 to 35 seconds, and it's 165 degrees from 6 feet up. And then what happens is that you'll have one of those sprinkler heads, which is the closest to the fire, will engage, releasing water and putting the fire out quickly. Now there's all kinds of other things that can help you to keep your family safe. Now if you need more information, you can give us a call at the Kingsport Fire Department at 423-229-9440, or you can go onto our website at kingsporttn.gov.